everyone, great session today for you, going over the Tai Chi basics of bow stance. We're going to turn bow stance to the corner, and we're also going to add our brush knee arm movement. So let's get started straight away and get stuck in. As always, starting with our quick warm up. So if you have your feet hip width apart, nice and relaxed, take a moment just to think about your posture. So we're grounding our feet into the floor, at the same time lifting up through the crown. Keeping an eye on this core area. We want to have these abdominals engaged, so we're pulling our belly button through to our spine, and then all our joints relaxed, tension free, soft, so we're not locking those out. So calm breathing, and we're just going to turn our head and back to centre. So always nice to start with a warm up. I think it gets me in the zone. And keeping the head under control, challenging to keep the movement slow. Going to go straight into our shoulder rolls today. So it's raining here today. You can probably hear it battering on my conservatory roof. So these YouTube sessions really come in handy when we have to exercise and keep ourselves moving at home, indoors. So do check out the rest of the channel and subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed any of the sessions here. Let's do our knocking on the door, so we're twisting from the waist. So freeing up the body, loosening everything, getting it moving, getting it ready for our movement. And slowing it down, bringing it back to our central neutral stance here, hands on our hips. Now let's hip circle. So warming up the hip joints. So do remember to listen to your own body and keep everything well within your comfort zone. Keeping these movements and exercise suitable for you and comfortable and safe. Okay. So now I'm just going to go to the feet. So if you just turn your supporting leg out, just to a 45-degree angle, and we're going to bring ourselves into a mini bow stance. So heel toe into your bow stance here. Checking the knee is staying over the ankle, it's not coming forwards over the toe, and keeping this posture aligned. We're just going to rock the weight backwards and forwards. So smaller than maybe you do in your normal practice, just as our warm up. We want to warm up the legs. We're going to be doing quite a bit of work today. And then let's step it in. So turning that supporting leg out, heel toe into your bow stance, hip width apart of course, keeping this posture aligned, keeping it small for now as we're warming up, and just rocking that weight backwards and forwards. And stepping it in. Again, just turning that supporting leg out. We're just going to push our heel forwards, and then we're going to just tap out to the corner back here. So heel forwards and toe back. Heel forwards and toe back. So again, warming up the hip joint. And I'm going to step to the side, slightly turned out. Good sound, solid foundation here for your supporting leg. Couldn't think of the words then. Heel out, toe back. And then if we step to the side, we're just going to sink the weight over and just tap out and push to the side. So a little twist in the waist again. Good for just warming up. Just march on the spot and do a nice big inhale and exhale, and again, nice big inhale, big breath in and breathing out, and final one. So taking our feet slightly wider than our hip width so we can sink into our horse stance. Just going to take it down nice and slowly. So keep an eye on your posture. You want to be sitting tall, keeping the torso aligned, keeping the weight 50-50 distributed evenly between our 2 feet. And visualize yourself sinking down, like the energy flow is sinking all the way into the ground. Taking our time, sinking down just as far as you can, and knees trapping in the direction of our toes. Sink it down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and again. One more time. So we're going to turn our feet out in our parallel stance. Sinking the weight over to our supporting leg here. It's going to become the back leg of our bow stance. And a heel toe forwards into that bow stance. So just making sure that our feet are hip width apart. We want a good solid foundation on the floor in our bow stance. We want this knee to stay in that safe position right on top of the ankle, and we want our posture really good here, and we're still thinking about that lifting up through the crown. And we're going to rock back so the weight transfers into this leg so that you can step to the side, and then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to sink the weight. We're going to heel toe forwards about hip width apart into your bow stance. Check the knee out so I can still see my toe poking forwards, and then I rock back and step to the side. So let's continue this. So the smaller the stride forward, the easier it is on the legs. You can keep them more upright and straight. And obviously the lower and longer the stride, the lower the knee bend, so the more challenging. So modify or progress the movement to suit it to your own body. Taking it nice and slowly. Okay, so bringing our feet into parallel, and this time with our feet facing forward, so those toes are pointing forward. You're going to do exactly the same, alternating bow stance. But this time we're going to turn it round to face the corner. Now the main thing to remember is that hip width apart. So when I'm doing it straight forwards to you, I aim my heel so it's hip width apart. So if I brought this foot back, I'm here, hip width apart. I'm not trying to walk on a tightrope right in front of each other. Exactly the same thing. With practice, you will get to know where to aim your heel, so when you transfer your weight into your bow stance, you are hip width apart. With this gap here, it's like we've got a train track and we've got our feet on both lines. It's exactly the same thing when we turn round to the side. You've just got to think of those train tracks running this way so that our feet again are hip width apart. So if I just show you, I'm going to heel right round the corner. I'm really aiming quite a long way back so that when I toe down and transfer the weight, I've got to adjust this back foot by lifting the heel up and pushing it backwards. So I've got that 30% of weight going down into that back foot. Nice position with the knee, and I am in that bow stance, but my feet are hip width apart, facing the side. I then rock back. I'm going to turn this foot by swiveling it on the heel, so the toes pointing directly forwards, and then I'm tapping in, ready to go the other way. I just have to move a bit further forwards so that I'm not going into the back wall here. So heel out, around the corner. Think of those train tracks. Hip width apart, toe down. I'm going to adjust this back foot. Think about that weight going into that back foot. Good safe position of the knee and my train track. Both feet on a line each, so they are hip width apart in that bow stance. I'm going to rock back, swivel this foot on the heel, point the foot directly forwards, and then tap in. I hope that's explained the mechanism. So a couple of modifications that make this move a little bit easier. If you find you can't get all the way round, then when you adjust this back foot, lift it up and place it into your solid hip width apart bow stance. It's absolutely fine as an adaptation to do that. So we'd heel round, you might not get quite round, far enough. Lift this back foot and place it into your bow stance. Rock back and turn around. If you really feel that this movement doesn't suit you, then just step it round. Step it round into your bow stance. And then we can rock back, we can step round so that it ends up here. Yeah? Again, I want Tai Chi to suit anybody and everybody. So this is a good alternative. If the move doesn't quite suit you, you can still get the direction of the flow. Right, we're going to practice a few of those alternating bow stances, turning it to the side here. Okay, so starting position, we're tapping in, we're going to heel out round the corner, toe down, into your bow stance. We're going to rock back, returning, and we're going to tap in. Heel out, toe down, transfer, into your bow stance. We're going to rock back, turn, and tap in. And again, heel toe, round the corner, into your bow stance. And rock back, turn, and tap in. Heel toe, round the corner, into your bow stance. We're rocking back, turning, and tapping. So making it a little bit more difficult is staying under that low ceiling. So we're rocking back, so a little bit more challenging for the legs, keeping it low. And again, heel toe around the corner, smooth and steady. Rocking back, turn, and tap in. Heel toe all the way round. rocking back, turn, and tap in. The final one, heel toe, all the way around, rocking back, turn, and tap in. So just give your legs a little shake. And just make sure they're feeling okay. Yes, it's a twisty move, so you do need to be mindful of your own knees. Just make sure that suits you and take whatever adaptation or modification you need. We're going to move on to our brush knee arm movement now. So I'll come a bit nearer to you. And this starts with one hand out. We've got our palm facing upwards and our other hand palm to elbow. We're then going to bring this outstretched hand to the ear, and then we're going to push it forward. Think of a push martial arts. We're aiming for somebody's chest here. We want to keep this elbow soft so we're not locking it out and we're not getting any tension in the elbow or the shoulder here. So it's coming in, preparing to push forwards. Let's try that on the other side. So palms facing high. We're going to bring it into the ear, preparing to push forwards. And again, preparing to push forwards. At the same time, this other hand that starts palm to elbow, it's not touching. We're just bringing it down. It drops down in front of the abdomen or dantian here, like it's resting on the table. And it's going to brush across the knee, hence the name, or it's going to brush across the tabletop. So all together it goes ear and abdomen, and then we brush the knee and we push forwards. Let's do that on the other side. So ear and abdomen, we brush the knee and we push forwards. Let's take it up the other way. Ear and abdomen, we brush the knee, we push forwards. And again, ear and abdomen, we brush the knee and we push forwards. That's our brush knee. Again, we're just really going through the basic mechanics of these movements. Lots of other layers to Tai Chi that you can add to this as you get more into it. We're going to add that to our bow stance. So first of all, we're going to keep the bow stance facing forwards. If you stood on this foot, you've got the same arm outstretched, ready in our starting position. So the timing is ear, abdomen and heel. We then brush the knee as the toe goes down. As we're transferring the weight, we're pushing forwards into our bow stance. And it's opposite arm as leg coming forwards. Other hand ends up on the tabletop. Hands stay where they are as we walk back, and then as we step to the side, we're going to bring it up ready to start on the other side. So ear, abdomen and heel. We brush the knee and we push forward as we transfer into our bow stance. We walk back and step into the side. Let's go again. Ear, abdomen, heel. Brush the knee, push forwards. And rock back and step to the side. Ear, abdomen, heel. We brush the knee, push forwards. We rock back and step to the side. So again, stay under that low ceiling. Start to make this a fluid, continuous movement. Focusing on your hands, feeling that flow, adding resistance to this push, where we're moving our hands through water or we're pushing something really heavy out of the way. Rock back, stepping to the side, tapping in, push forwards, rocking back, and stepping to the side. Again, just give your arms and legs a little shake. So we're going to do that now with our alternating bow stance, but turning to the sides. I'm actually going to turn around and do this with my back to you, and hopefully that will be easier for you to follow. So we are here. We're going to start with our feet parallel with the toes pointing directly forwards, and we're going to tap in, ready. So ear, abdomen, heel, round the corner. We're going to brush the knee and push forwards into that bow stance. So opposite arm to leg coming forwards here. We then rock back. We're going to turn round and tap in. Other hand outstretched. Ready for the other side. So ear, abdomen, heel. We brush the knee, push forwards, adjusting that back foot. Good bow stance here. We rock back and then we turn round and tap in. Let's go again. Corner, all the way around into our bow stance. Rock back, turn, tap in. And again. So this time, just stop here and just have a look at our bow stance. Check it out. We've got our toe facing directly to the wall. We've got our knee over our ankle, so good safe position here. I can't say I'm perfect. I don't always get this right myself, but it's always good just to check. I've got good posture, about 60 to 70% of my weight forwards, so I've still got that 30 to 40% coming through, and that back heel is on the floor. My back foot is pointing to my corner, and I've got my feet hip width apart on those train tracks here, pointing to the side. So we are here, and then we'll rock back, turn, and tap in. So let's do that the other way. So ear, abdomen, heel, brush the knee, and push forwards. So let's just stop here. Have another look, so I can still see my toe poking forward. That means my knee's in a good safe position. Toe pointing forwards, back toe pointing to the corner. Weight distributed nicely, good posture, and we've pushed forwards. And then we're going to rock back, turn and tap in. Let's just do a few more. So ear, abdomen, heel, brush the knee, push forwards. And rocking back and tapping in and staying low, making it a bit more progressed to a more challenging movement. Yes, very good. Let's just shake it out. So our final little mechanics for you to add on next is a twist in the waist so that it helps to power through this pushing arm. So we're just going to practice this coming forwards with our alternating bow stance. So again, if you take up that starting position, and we're just turning our waist to point to our own corner here as we place the heel out. We're then going to brush the knee, and you should be able to see my waist turn to the front. If you've seen any of my Tai Chi walking, which we start with this movement, you'll see me using this turn of the waist. So then we're going to rock back and step to the side and tap in. And again, ear, abdomen, heel. So think I'm looking at the corner. This zip, my midline, is pointing to the corner. And then I'm going to brush the knee, push forwards. And now my midline is pointing directly forwards. So that helps this movement. Often the power comes from the dantian. So we're here and we're pushing through. We're adding that twist of the waist to power this pushing arm through. And let's go again. Here, after the heel, we brush the knee, we push forwards. We drop back, turn, and step to the side. And again, corner to centre. And corner to centre. So another layer of the mechanics of this movement. Rushing into our bow stance. Okay, well done guys. I hope you've enjoyed that today. So let's just inhale here, gather the chi, and exhale. And again, nice inhale, big breath in. And then balance the chi. Let's keep the legs straight now. Just focus on that breath. Well, it hasn't stopped raining. So I think I'll go and make myself a cup of tea and enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for joining. I hope that session's helped you practice your bow stance turning to the corner, and also your brush knee. Basic stances that crop up all the time in our Tai Chi practice. So give us a like and a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the session, and do join me again for some more. Thanks again. Bye.